Hi there, my name is Gael Buzyn. I'm the director of the Audi Design Loft in Malibu, and we have developed a car here, the PB18 e-tron, which is our vision of what the supercar for the enthusiast driver could be in the electric era. So we thought that just swapping the engine on a mid-engine two-seater for electric motor was not enough. We thought we could offer more using the technology we had at hand. So what we've done, first of all, we've optimized the package. We've positioned the battery behind the occupants. And this is great because we call it a mid-battery car, not a mid-engine car. And this allows you to have a really good weight balance and also a great center of gravity, which is very low. Also, it avoids for the car to grow in height, which we really didn't want for a few reasons. First of all, because it's not, it's not the sexiest form factor. As a designer, you always want to have the car as sleek as possible, and also because the front footprint of the car is very important, especially in electric. You want the car to be able to be fast and also to drive a long time. So we try to reduce it, and by having the battery behind the occupant, you don't have to grow in height, so that's good. The second thing is we try to understand what the customer of a supercar really try to achieve, when he buys such a car. And we think that he's trying to get as close as possible to the experience that the one a race car driver has. So in that optic, we said, okay, let's use the technology, the electric powertrain technology, to get him closer to that experience. So what we've done, first of all, we use the drive-by-wire technology, which is, as you know, it means there is no physical connection between the steering and the steering rack. And we created a driving cockpit, which is completely independent from the rest of the car. And we thought, okay, we try to give this true unfiltered experience that we call level 0, which means there is no driving assistance. It's really the driver who is in charge of controlling the car, steering, gas, brakes, and but how can you make this experience even more exciting? So what we've done is when you press this level switch in the center of the steering, the whole cockpit slides over the passenger seat into the middle of the car. And being in the center, the driver can experience a truly pure and efficient driving position. It's an extreme good racing driving position. It's a mix like between Formula E and an R18. That's the way I'd like to describe it. But we thought we could also offer more. So once again, we leveraged the very compact nature of the electric motor. On the front, we have one motor, but it's located very low. So we've extended the windshield as much as possible and as low as possible. And thanks to the use of transparent OLED display inside on the gauges, the driver can look through the gauges, through the steering, through the gauges, and through the single frame that is open onto the road, and has this way a great feedback, a great sensation of speed. And we think this is important because this connection between the driver and the road, this ultimately defines driving pleasure. So we really wanted to offer something different here. Finally, the last thing we thought, okay, maybe there is a way we can offer the owner of such a car to spend more time with the car he loves. And we thought there is really a lack of practicality in today's supercar. So what we've done is we once again leverage the compact nature of the engine on the back, where you have two of them, and we created a large cargo bay that is accessible through a large hatch, and that is now featured with 3 bespoke pieces of luggage, and that really allowed the owner to, if he wants to, spend a whole week with the car. You know, you can do a week-long road trip with his partner, or he can use it to carry his equipment to the racetrack. So we thought that all this really was improving the experience of using and owning a supercar tremendously. Now, when you look at the silhouette of the car, because of the choices we made in terms of architecture, it gives this really unique silhouette. It's a mix between an R8 and a sportsback, you know, or an Avant, and we really like this. You know, like the practicality, the functionality is visible outside the car, and it's always something I like. Now, this is unmistakably an Audi in terms of design. You have the Quattro fender, which is one of our design signature that are really extreme here. When you see the width of the rear one and the relationship to the seat pillar, I think it's really exciting, especially from this angle. The front one too. This on the front is really exciting when you sit in the middle. You've got those two Quattro fenders surrounding you, and you have the vision of the road in the middle. That's really spectacular. You also have the broken greenhouse that we had already formerly experienced on the Acon. That's great because it gives you a sensation of space inside, because that surface is more upright, but visually it reduces the height of the car from the outside and make the car even more streamlined, because of, you know, this catches the light of the sky, and really you read this line as the highest one. So it's pretty cool. And then of course, finally, the Audi signature on the front, the single frame that is now open and allow you to have this vision of the road. And from your angle, you would see the driving position and the gauges. So this is our vision. You know, what I like to say is that this is not a dream car we designed and hoping that there would be some technology able to exist to make this possible. We really use the technology that is now available and used it in that car. So you know, this is not going to become a production, but there might be some iteration fairly close to this coming in the future.